Well, that was a bit dramatic, wasn't it? World Cup Day 12 is complete. Groups E and F have been finalised, and Group E was a bit dramatic. Group F was also very dramatic. We'll start with Group F, who played earlier in the day: Canada versus Morocco and Croatia versus Belgium. Start Canada Morocco. Morocco came out the gates flying. Came out, got the goals through Ziyech and then Naziri. And yeah, they came out flying. I don't think Canada were expecting it. They were usually the fast starters in this tournament, but they didn't in this game because against Belgium they came out won the penalty, nearly went 1-0 up. Against Croatia they got the goal within a minute. But yeah, I don't think they were expecting it. Then they got their bit of luck through their own goal, and then Morocco just sat back and let them try and break them down. They couldn't. They had 5 shots on goal the whole game. Morocco didn't have a shot in the second half. That's how much they just defended their lead, thinking we can get to the knockouts. And Canada couldn't really create any chances because of it. 5 shots on all game against a side that completely just sat back and defended is a bit insane for Canada. But they were out anyway. They knew they were going down. So it was kind of expected, really. But yeah, Morocco top in the group with Croatia and Belgium. Good stuff. Conceded 1 goal, which was an own goal. Very impressive. Didn't get lost either. Very impressive to get to knockout rounds. They have the talent all over the park now. They've got the goalkeeper, Bono plays for Sevilla, Agar for West Ham, Hakimi for PSG, Mazzara for Bayern Munich. The midfield's probably the weakest part, but they've still got Amrabat in there. Forward line and Ziyech, Buffon, there's quality there, and they've put it together this tournament really, really well, especially defensively. Could cause some problems in the knockouts. Other game, Belgium have been knocked out. That's one of the biggest shocks. The second ranked team in the FIFA rankings. Shows how bad the FIFA rankings are. That Belgium have been ranked probably 1 or 2 for the past about 10 years. They did have a goal generation. They probably peaked 2016, 2018, around when Lukaku, probably 2018, when Lukaku was just finished his first season at Man United. Hazard was still going for Chelsea. The Vertonghen and Alderweireld for Spurs. You had Company for Man City. De Bruyne was going well for Man City as well. Courtois was at Chelsea then, I think. So they did have a golden generation, but they lost to France in the end in that tournament. And after that, it's either just players too young or too old before that. After that. But yeah, in this game, there's only one man to talk about, really. It's Romelu Lukaku. He came on for the second half and had one of the all-time stinkers. All-time stinkers. Yeah. So he missed the first chance with his right foot, open goal on the right-hand side, and it hits the post. And you go, well, it's his first one back. At least he's getting a chance. And then he misses the header straight after. You go, well, that's 2 goals right there that you should have scored, and that would have put you through. And then the third chance he missed, the ball crossed in. He wasn't expecting it, and it just hit his leg from about 2 yards out, and it went wide. And the last one again, ball crossed in. He's at the back post, wasn't expecting it, hits his chest, and bounces to the keeper. He could have had 4 goals easily by himself, easily. And you expect Lukaku to bag them. You expect him to bag them, but he couldn't. That was bad to watch, and that made them finish 3rd in the group, 2nd to Croatia, who have drawn this game somehow. They probably should have lost it. These are Croatia, they just haven't got the pace in their side, so they tried to counter at times, and then even Belgium's slow defence even caught them up at times, and they couldn't really sustain attacks, really. They also defended quite well-ish. Like, Belgium were still able to actually create quite a few chances. Their defence, so bit of a weird performance by Croatia. Really, they did take quite a few risks late in the game, which weren't really necessary, maybe. But very good game management at times. At times, it was a bit worrying for them because they could have easily lost 4-0 just to Lukaku himself. But yeah, they got through, they did the job, and they finished second in the group, winning once, drawing twice, and not losing. So not losing was the key in this group. Belgium lost to Morocco, and that was that for them. Belgium, with all the talent in that squad, only scored 1 goal. It's very disappointing, but again, Belgium at times very slow, very lethargic. Just Doku coming on was a breath of fresh air. He would run up players, get the ball into the box, dribble into the box. I think what Belgium have to do now is just get rid of the old players in the squad. Martinez is out of a job now. Yes, you can still play the occasional Dries Mertens, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Hazard, but Witsel, but stop. Just stop playing them. Play Faze and Tiesa, whatever his name is, for random centre back. Get De Catalera in there. Get Doku in there. And just play the young people. There's so much talent in Belgium. Mix that with the Kevin De Bruyne. And yeah, you can do something, but with these old players, they just can't do it anymore physically. Even Croatia, who aren't the physically dominant side, were physically dominant at times, but also Croatia's technical ability in midfield was an absolute joke. Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic at times were playing around Belgium so easily. So easily. But yeah, Belgium out, Croatia through, Morocco through, Canada out. And Croatia are going to be playing Japan, who have topped Group E. Didn't see that coming. But they have beaten Spain 2-1. First half was quite poor from Japan. Quite poor. They didn't have anything for Spain. Spain were just dominant, 83% possession. 0.81 actually to 0.11. Spain did that, what kind of did to Costa Rica. You go, oh, Japan, you're not taking the risk either against Germany. There's a couple things here and there that Spain misplaced a pass in their defensive third, and Japan would get a shot away from an angle, or won't be able to get a shot away because of that quality. But then Spain to the lead early on through Morata. But yeah, then Japan made a sub at half time with Toma and Doan. And oh my days, did they make an impact. They came out the blocks flying. Absolutely flying. Doan gets the first goal in the 48th minute. And you go, well, where'd that come from? They had nothing in the first half, and then there's somebody in the lead. Well, you haven't even finished process and being level, and they're in the lead. Now, I'm not saying Spain threw the game, but I'm saying Spain threw the game because they would much rather play Morocco than Croatia. I think in the late games, it's hard with Spain because them trying to break teams down is also looking like them trying to waste the clock. They did just pass the ball around and just didn't do anything with it, which also looks like them just beating Spain. That's the weird thing. But yeah, credit to Japan, they won the group with Germany and Spain in it. That's very, very impressive. And they lost to imagine telling Japan fans before the tournament, you're going to lose to Costa Rica, but you're still going to win the group. What? Absolutely insane, bizarre. But there was a moment in this tournament where Spain were probably, they were a bit nervous, a bit squeaky bum time. That's because in the Costa Rica Germany game, these games that happened at the same time, something a bit special happened. So Germany went 1-0 up early through Serge Gnabry, and you go, oh, this is probably going to be 4 or 5-0 probably Germany. But then they were just never able to get that second goal. They were working to good positions. There weren't many great opportunities. Obviously, they did get great opportunities that they just missed, especially Thomas Muller. Missed quite a few good opportunities, even Musiala at times. But you go, Germany aren't looking great. And in the second half, suddenly Costa Rica just score. You go, what? How? They haven't had an attack yet. And they score a goal, and you go, well, look, Germany probably headed out anyway, because by this time Japan had taken the league, and you go, well, you're just going to have to hope Spain concede, and you go, that's what they can really do. And then you go, they're just going to probably try and get a 2-3-1 win. And they go 2-1 behind Germany. And you go, whoa, Costa Rica are heading through at this point. Heading through. I ain't got my manual noise, a bit of like clutter in the box. Insane. And you go, are Costa Rica and Japan about to go through? And then Kai Havertz runs for fun 3 minutes later. But that 3 minutes was a very, very fun 3 minutes. Thinking that Costa Rica and Japan were going to go through it in a group with Germany and Japan, Germany and Spain. Very nice 3 minutes that was, thinking about that. Yeah, but it was only 3 minutes, which is a bit sad. Kai Havertz finally turns up and this ruins everyone's fun. And then Kai Havertz got a goal later on in the game, and before Group gets another one, but it didn't matter. Germany are out. Germany are out. That's the big news. Along with Belgium, Germany out on goal difference because Spain smashed Costa Rica 7-0. So yeah, Japan finished on 6 points, Spain on 4, Germany on 4, Costa Rica on 3. Imagine Costa Rica held on. Imagine they held on. But I think they just got a bit too excited for themselves. They got the lead and they go, ooh, and they just fell apart after that. Bit sad to see. That'd been all-time moment. But yeah, Germany out. Is that the second World Cup in a row they've gone out in the group stages? Not a good look for Hansi Flick. But yeah, Germany have a good team. That's the thing. Germany have a good team. It should be doing a lot better than it is. But it doesn't seem to work. Even though they have a lot of Bayern Munich players and think they'll work well together, it just hasn't clicked. It really hasn't clicked. Maybe it is just lacking a striker in there, but you think with all the players around them, with Thomas Müller up front, should be able to supply them, or it just didn't make any sense really. Maybe the back line is a bit suspect with Süle and Ram and Rudiger. They put Joshua Kimmich right back today, which he played well, as Joshua Kimmich always does. But yeah, it was very strange. Germany, last couple of seasons, like in the Euros, getting knocked out, England getting knocked out. Obviously, this was under Joachim Löw, but it started well under Hansi Flick. Then recently, even before this tournament, I'm pretty sure they had quite a poor run of form. Yeah, so in the build-up to so Hansi Flick took over. He won his first 8 games, and after that, draw to Netherlands, draw to Italy, draw to England, draw to Hungary, beat Italy, lose to Hungary, and beat England and beat Iran. But it was massive. But yeah, not the greatest form. So I wonder what's happening there. It's not good, but they've got so much quality in that side. They should be easily getting through this group. But that loss to Japan absolutely killed them. Even if they drew to the Japan game they've been through, that's insane. That's very insane. Yeah, Germany and Belgium out. That's massive for everyone else. Massive. Insane. No one would have thought that coming through. No one would have thought that at the start of the tournament. You were going to say Germany and Japan come out of this tournament in the group stages. But yeah, that means that Japan versus Croatia. Wow. Japan versus Croatia. That's going to be a tough one because Japan have the energy, but I think Croatia are going to do what they did to probably Canada. And just their technical quality experience, I think, going to go show through. I know Germany struggle against it, Spain struggle against it with the energy, and just at times they just all high press and you go what, and then just struggle against it. And they have quality and this technical quality inside. But I think Croatia I think that midfield of Brozovic, Kovacic, and Luka Modric is just the perfect midfield to have. And I think that will probably see them through in that game. And then the other one, Morocco, Spain. I think Morocco have been really good defensively. Really good defensively. Like not conceding against Croatia and Belgium is very impressive. And only conceding an own goal to Canada. So basically, there's hadn't been scored against from another team in this tournament so far. That's very impressive. Spain do like they did to Japan sometime. Maybe they did it on purpose, but probably you wouldn't have thought so. I don't think they would have risked that knowing that Costa Rica went in front. But they do sometimes just pass themselves to death than to the other players, the other team, I mean. And Morocco have been look really good defensively, so maybe with the quality Morocco do have, that they can do something, because they defend well and they've got attacking threats as well. So it could be interesting, that game. And you know, Japan did show that you can get at Spain at times. Germany did show them as well. So I think that they're two very interesting matchups, and they could go either way if the underdogs Morocco and Japan do play up to standard what they've shown in the group. But yeah, really interesting results today. And that's 3 minutes where Costa Rica and Japan were going through. Lovely 3 minutes, but that was only 3 minutes. But yeah, final game of groups tomorrow. Cameroon, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland in Group G. I think Brazil probably gonna. Brazil, I think, rotated, aren't they? So probably Brazil win still. And Serbia, Switzerland. What's the status in Group G? So in Group G, Brazil have won the group. So they can still finish second if Switzerland get a big win over Serbia, but that game between Serbia and Switzerland is going to be a big game. If Serbia have to win, Cameroon have to win to go through, so they'll both be going for it. But I don't know if Switzerland will go out defensive. Maybe they are. Could make a really interesting game. But I think what we've seen from Serbia so far defensively, they're really poor, really poor. Same with Cameroon a bit. So I think Brazil and Switzerland are probably going to win and go through that. And then Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea, Portugal. Portugal through, unless Uruguay have to beat Ghana, and that's a gross match. But Uruguay haven't scored yet. It doesn't really look like scoring either. Well, it's Portugal that had a few chances, but South Korea didn't create much. Portugal didn't create much. I think Ghana have a good opportunity to go through this. I think it'll be a draw between them and Uruguay. I think they'll go through. Because Uruguay just haven't been aggressive. You think of Uruguay, you think aggressive players, front foot players. They haven't done that. They just sat back, and it's been really not great to watch. And South Korea, Portugal, I think Portugal's going to rotate. I think Portugal's still going to win, probably about 2 or 3-0. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed them 3 minutes of Spain and Germany going out as I did, but sad it lasted only 3 minutes. But yeah, like and subscribe, comment your thoughts below, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we see some other upsets. There's not much ready to the side tomorrow, but yeah, thank you. Bye.